Hey, it's Dr. Vince here from Profit Niche, and I wanted to give this brief overview of the Profit Niche Mastermind and give you an idea of what it is, the problems that we solve, whether it's right for you. So let's go ahead and dive into this quick overview. So this is kind of a 30,000 foot view of this program. It's 12 months coaching and consulting. I chose 12 months because we can accomplish a lot in that time frame. We can add a lot of revenue, add niches and all that type of stuff, but you're not locked in for 2-3 years. And we're going to help you add a high ticket niche, right? We focus on decompression, neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, and chronic knee pain. And so some doctors have no niches and they want to add one or two. Some doctors have one and they want to add an additional one. This is how to do it. It is soup to nuts. It is absolutely everything that you need to add one of these niches quickly, efficiently, and profitably. We'll go into the details in a second. And every single week, you have live weekly calls with myself on Thursdays for practice building and on Tuesdays with our clinical coach, Dr. Kyle Pankinen. So you have all the support you need to get the results. You're never going to be, just a number. This is a fairly small group, and you will have a very much a concierge touch to this membership. It's a great community. We get great results, and our doctors are highly ethical and highly motivated. Now, what problem are we solving here? So in my opinion, the current chiropractic model, high volume, low fee, heavy insurance, is a grind. And for the most of the doctors, it's not that successful, right? Because you need generally a big personality to have a big practice. Now, I'm not saying trash your chiropractic practice. What I'm saying is if you're doing 20 grand a month or 30 grand a month, and you're struggling, or even 40 grand a month, and you're kind of struggling to, up against a ceiling, a lot of times it's not, another 20 new patients a month that you need. It is a niche, right? It is a high value cash service that you can, quickly and easily add 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month. And a lot of times just using your existing new patient flow, right? So our solution is lower volume for this particular niche, high fee, all cash, right? So our care plans are anywhere from $3,000 up to $6,000. Insurance doesn't cover these services. They consider them elective, like LASIK, and that's great. We want that. We want to be able to charge what we want to charge based on our city and our personal kind of profile. We leverage staff, systems, and technology, right? So that the doctor can leverage his or her expertise. So, if you've been in practice for any length of time, you have a lot of clinical skills, and a lot of times we're not really maxing those out. What you're doing is trading time for money. And so what this model allows you to do, again, you keep your existing practice, but you add this niche on, and you're going to essentially do the intake, you're going to do the ROF, and then you do midterm and final exam, and that's it. And then the staff and the technology does the bulk of the work. Our clients add 10 grand a month all the way up to 50 grand a month. On average, our clients are adding about 20 grand a month. So we're able to work less, make more, and that creates more freedom of time, energy, and wealth. Now, what does it include specifically? So it's a 12-month coaching and consulting. So I differentiate the coaching as like the one-on-one stuff where we're on the weekly calls, right? And by the way, those are group calls, right? There's Zooms. So, but it's either me or Dr. Kyle. But it's not like there's 50 doctors on the call. It's maybe 3 doctors or 5 or 10. But it's very much one-on-one. You're going to get all your questions answered. You have obviously access to the Profit Niche Vault. This is all the training on every aspect of adding a high ticket niche. We have examined protocols for decompression, neuropathy, knee pain, and plantar fasciitis. Internal marketing strategies to take are to leverage your existing patient base and your new patient flow. High ticket sales and persuasion. So if you're nervous about, I don't know if I can enroll a patient at 4 grand or 5 grand. Don't worry, you can do it. I'm not saying it's easy, but there is a model that we have, and if you just follow that, patients will say yes. Care plan price optimization. This is something that we do when clients come on board. When clients come on board, we always start off with the fast start consultation. That's you and I on the phone. We're going to determine where you're at and where you want to be in 12 months. And then I'm going to then create your 90 days to wealth game plan. In that fast track consultation, we're going to determine your price point for whatever niche care plan you're going to offer. And that's going to be based on, your city, your experience, how comfortable you are. But we want to enroll the most number of patients, but we want it to be as profitable as possible for you. We have staff training, external paid marketing tools. If you're running Facebook, newspaper, radio, Google, we have ads for all that you can just swipe and deploy. We have pre-consultation videos for patients. So before they see you in your consult, they can watch this video. It's going to start answering a lot of the questions that they will have, and it helps to educate them and position you properly. We have patient reports. We have webinars that you can put in your marketing funnels or on your website or on your socials that educate patients about what we do. We have, again, proven ads for Facebook, newspaper, etc. Mindset training, right? So how do we, as we build this niche in your practice, how do we stay sharp? How do we stay on track, on point? All that is covered. We have our my daily mindset journal. This is a very, very good tool for you to utilize setting your goals and building out this kind of journey for yourself. Again, weekly live calls with myself on Thursday for practice building. So that's marketing, systems, etc. Clinical building calls on Tuesdays with Dr. Kyle, all things clinical. Private Facebook group, like-minded doctors, exclusive access to all my Rolodex for all things niche related, right? So whether it's equipment or vendors, all that's covered. Direct email support. Anytime you have a question, if you can't wait for the call, shoot me an email. I'll respond within 24 hours. And a high-level peer group of motivated and ethical doctors growing these niche practices. So who's our ideal client? Well, they're a practice owner, right? So they're not an associate. They're not anything other than a practice owner, right? You got to own your practice. They have probably have a successful practice, doing 20 grand a month or 30 grand a month. They're ready for change. They're open-minded about adding, technology and whatnot. They're not the quote unquote straight chiros that all they want to do is adjust, and that's okay. This just isn't for them. And understands that there's an investment, right? You're going to be investing in yourself in this program. You're going to be investing in equipment. But the best investment is always in yourself and your business, because that will pay dividend essentially forever. Like Dr. Pankinen. Dr. Pankinen's been a client for 2.5 years now. I just hired him recently to be our clinical coach. Phenomenal doctor. That says 79.5. He's up in like the 80 and 90,000 a month. He offers 3 niches and now functional medicine. Absolute stud. Dr. Simmons, when he started working with me, he was doing $7,000 a month in revenue. He is now doing 70. This is old. He's doing $70,000 a month in revenue. All he's doing is chiro and decompression. He just added knee pain. Dr. Fanger, when Dr. Fanger started, he had a couple niches doing decompression and knee pain, but his enrollment rate or start rate was about 18%. He's now at like 60%. So absolutely crushing it. So what to do now? If you're interested, if this sounds great, doc, schedule your free Profit Niche consultation. Go to drvincecalendar.com. You will find a time on my calendar that works for you. Once you do that, then you will fill out an application. Okay, it's going to talk about where are you at in terms of revenue. Are you offering a niche? What's your biggest challenge? It's like, this application is super important because it lets me come into these phone calls prepared so that we both make the best use of our time. Once you fill out that application, then you will be confirmed. And by the way, if you decide to move forward, so when I get on these calls with you, this is not a sales call. We're going to try to figure out, hey, are we a good fit to work together? Because if not, I have an incredible guarantee. In the first 30 days, if you don't make, if you have your equipment, right, and you don't make at least $5K, and you want a refund, I'll refund you. So in other words, I'll refund you and I'm going to write you a check. So if you're not thrilled with the process in the first, so it's kind of a double guarantee. If you don't have your equipment yet, if you're not thrilled with the experience in the first 30 days, I will refund your investment and I'll write you a check for $1,000. If you have your equipment, and in other words, you have everything that you need to get your niche going, and all we need to do is get your price point, get your protocol dialed in, and all that type of stuff. If you don't make at least $5,000 in the first 30 days and you want out, no problem. I'll refund your investment and I'll write you a check for $1,000. That is how strongly I feel about the results that we are delivering for our clients. I only want doctors that are in there and happy about it, right? Because if you're not being successful, I'm not being successful. I want to be around for a long time. And the only way you can be in business for a long time is to have successful clients. Okay, so that's my guarantee. It's an ironclad guarantee, and I think it's the best in the business. So I hope that this is interesting to you. If you're watching this by now, I would think it would be. So next steps, go ahead and schedule your consultation. We'll get on a call. Plan for at least 30 minutes for that call. Have some stats ready. Revenue, new patients, what you're doing for marketing, what you have in terms of equipment, like those types of things. Have that ready. And we're going to do a deep dive, figure out where you're at, where you want to be, and whether we're a good fit. Okay, that's it. I'm Dr. Vince here. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with you. Take care.